Hi, I'm Kathleen Booyse and I'm a yoga teacher from Cape Town. Today we are here at the Shala Cape Town Yoga School and I will be leading you through a 30-minute digestive inspired practice.
Start with your feet hip distance apart. You can lift and spread your toes for a moment. Allow the ankle bones to lift. Feel a little activation around the calf muscles, the knees, and then start to draw your spine nice and tall. And take a loop of the shoulders up, back, and down. And then just feel for really grounding down through the heels. A little drawing of the belly inwards, a drawing of the quad muscles upwards. And then bringing the top row of teeth approximately parallel to the floor. You can close your eyes, let your palms face forward. Take 5 full deep breaths here. Inhaling to fill the lungs and exhaling to empty. Full breath in to fill and full complete exhale. Do 3 more like that. And with every exhale, let the mind become a little quieter and let the focus draw inwards. And finishing off your last exhale with a little more activation around the rib cage. Really squeeze the breath out of the bottom of the lungs. And then we'll come back to our natural breath. Slowly opening your eyes. And then you'll take your fingers to interlace. Reach your arms all the way up, so go full stretch. So you can allow your shoulders to move up to your ears here. You can take a little wiggle in the rib cage, little movement in the hips. And then we'll bend the arms just to change the interlace of the hands. And then again, once more, straighten out the arms, go full stretch. You can take a full breath in through the nose. And then you'll part the lips, exhale out through the mouth. Okay, you'll keep your fingers interlaced and then just bend the elbows to allow the top of the hands to rest on top of the head. Slight bend in the knees. I'm going to work to get a little bit of an internal stretch. And so feeling the stretch across the skin and the muscles, the tendons and the bones, but try to take your focus a little deeper, seeing if you can get right into those lower abdominal organs. We'll move to the breath. Your inhale, you'll start to straighten out your arms, start to straighten out your legs, come onto the balls of the feet. Find a spot in front of you that you can focus on. Push your fingerprints into the opposite top of the hand and then stretch a little more. And then the exhale, I like to move from bending my knees, lowering my heels, bending my elbows, hands to the head. Let's do 3 more like that. Inhaling to lift, full stretch, and full exhale to lower. Inhaling, lifting your heels up, activate the legs, stretch out the belly, and exhale to lower. Last one here, full stretch, reach the arms all the way up. And then bend the knees, come down. As you bend your elbows, change the interlace of the fingers to have the opposite finger in front. And we'll move 4 to the other side. Inhaling, reaching all the way up. And exhaling, you'll bend the knees, soften the elbows. Full breath in is to get that deep internal stretch. And exhale to bend the knees to lower. 2 more just like that. Inhaling, look up, gaze up, draw your energy up. And exhale to lower. Last one here, make it count. Take the biggest stretch you've taken today. Open up the body. And then exhale, you'll lower. Release the hands either side of you and just come to stand up tall. And again, you can close the eyes, draw the crown of the head up. Maybe a little loop of the shoulders as your palms face forward. Settle into your feet, settle into your breath. And just notice how some connection to the breath can really start to make the body feel a little more alive. and the mind a little more focused. We'll open the eyes. We're going to move a little deeper into our internal system, so into our lower abdominal internal organs. We're going to take our feet, toes turned out, and you're going to come to sit in a squat. So bending into the knees, maybe your heels can go down to the floor, maybe they lift. You can bring palms together in front of the heart. And then for a moment, just have a look at your feet, have a look at your knees, and try and get the center line of the knees and the feet in line with one another, just to protect those joints. Look up, look forward, sit nice and tall. Feel gravity almost draw you down slightly, but at the same time, draw pelvic floor upwards so you're not hanging out in your joints. Feel your shoulder blades draw down the back body. Soften your forehead. Soften around your jaw. And we'll move across to our right first. Take your right hand behind you. You're going to come to the inside of left knee, inside of left ankle, and then the left arm is going to hook across. You don't have to take this to your deepest. The deeper you go, the more you'll feel that thigh put pressure in onto the belly. Start to breathe a little deeper, so you can feel your belly press into your thigh, and on your exhale, use the back of that left arm to squeeze the thigh in a little deeper and really wring everything out. And let's take 3 more breaths here, softening right ear from right shoulder. Again, a little lift of the pelvic floor. And then you'll bring yourself back to center. Bringing the gaze to look forward, we'll come back into symmetry. Bringing weight onto the feet, lifting up through the spine. And then let's go to the other side. Left hand comes behind you. Lowering down to inner right knee, inner right ankle, hooking that right arm across. And coming perhaps right onto the tips of the left fingertips, or otherwise perhaps your palm is flat down. You just encourage the spine to stay as long as you can. Left ear relaxing down from left shoulder. And that right shoulder blade is encouraging the right side body to wrap around. Don't overdo it here. Allow the pelvis to be quite free, and just allowing some movement around the SI joints. And then let's come forward to center. We'll move that to the breath. Starting with your inhale, move across to your right hand side. Right hand behind you, left arm to hook over. Take your gaze over the right shoulder, and when you need to exhale, stay. Squeeze a little tighter into your twist and get all the breath out of the lungs. Little squeeze into lower belly. Next inhale will take you through center, travel you all the way across to your left, and you'll continue left side. Exhale to squeeze all the breath out. We'll do 3 more each side. Inhaling through center to hook, and exhale to twist. Inhale takes you all the way through to the other side. Hooking elbow, taking gaze across, and exhale, empty the breath out. Inhale again, coming through center to hook over and across. And then when the inhale comes again, you'll move over to your left. If you can, you're moving without your hands. Now last round, lift with the lower belly. Inhale all the way to your right side. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, last left side now as you move across. And hook right arm, exhale. Bring yourself back to center, and then let's just find symmetry here one last time. Lifting up through the chest. Pressing down into the feet and lifting up through the pelvis. All right, we'll make our way onto our back. So if you can, just from here, buttocks to meet the floor, you'll lie all the way down and draw both knees in towards your chest. Giving yourself a little squeeze, a little rock side to side. And coming to stillness on the spine. Keep your fingers interlaced and bring the hands behind the head, rolling the elbows slightly up towards the ceiling. Relax your head into your hands, and then bring your knees to stack directly above your hips with the shins parallel to the floor. Active feet, so you can either point the toes or flex into the toes, just so that you stabilize around the ankle joint. Knee joint is nice and active. And then we'll start to curl head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor. Have a look at your belly. You want to try and draw it down and out to the side so that you're not kind of popping it out and squeezing it together. Try tone everything down. So if you can imagine that really you pressing with the deepest layer of your abdominals down towards the floor. The sacrum, the flat part of the spine, is grounded, and the tailbone is curling slightly off the floor. We'll move across to our right. So taking left elbow to right knee, start to move across to the side. At the same time, extend your left leg forward. Same thing here. Without holding your breath, lift yourself a little higher, draw belly down, jaw it flat, and feel the toning all the way into the deepest part of the belly. Bring yourself back to center, left knee to meet right. Release head, neck, and shoulders back down. Take a few resting breaths here, perhaps exhale out through the mouth. And then we'll move to the other side. So slowly, using the abdominals, curl head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. Try lift the bottom 2 points of your shoulder blades, but then relax around your jaw and your neck so your hands are really supporting the skull. Draw belly down, draw it flat as you curl your tailbone up just a little more. And then right elbow, left knee. Try not draw the left knee back towards you, but rather right elbow lifts up, right leg extends, and then see if you can get more of the left side body up off the floor. Take one more breath, lift a little higher, and then you'll come back to center, right knee to meet left. Release head, neck, and shoulders down. Good job. We'll move through that little sequence, but move it to the breath, so we won't hold it as long. Try to breathe first before you move, so that the breath rather invites your body to move into the different shapes, instead of the breath trying to keep up with the movement of the body. Change the interlace of the hands as you prepare. Head into hands, wrap elbows slightly up, start to curl head, neck, and shoulders up off the mats. Take a full breath in. Stay on your exhale as you curl your tailbone up, ground the lower back. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale, extend your left leg. Stay for your exhale, squeeze inner thighs together. Inhale, come back to center. Curl tailbone on your exhale. Right elbow, left knee, inhale, reach that right leg forward, lift a little higher as you stay, exhale, squeeze in the thighs. Inhale back to center, release head, neck, and shoulders, exhale. We'll do 2 more rounds. Keep your legs as they are, inhale, head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor. Curl the tailbone up on your exhale as you press middle spine down. Left elbow, right knees, your full breath in. Active feet, stay, exhale, draw belly down. Inhaling back to center, lift, curl on your exhale. Right elbow, left knee as you extend right leg forward, take a full breath in. Stay for your exhale, lift that left shoulder blade up. Inhale, come back to center. Release head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale. Let's up level for this last round. Straightening out the legs, activate into the quads so the kneecaps are drawing down towards the hip bones. You can half point, half flex with the feet now, but you can play around with it and notice the different activation in the legs and the joints when you bend or flex or point in and around the ankle and the foot. Curling elbows up towards the ceiling. Your next inhale, roll head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor. Take your exhale to curl, to really lift tailbone, lift shoulder blades. Left elbow, right knee, extend straight legs. Stay for your exhale, squeeze, lift a little higher. Full breath in brings you back to center. Stay with it, last round. Exhale, curl your tailbone up. Right elbow, left knee, move across. Stretch through that right leg, draw belly flat on the exhale. And then back to center, inhale. Release head, neck, and shoulders. Bend the knees, bring the hands on top of the knees. Take a full breath in through the nose. Take a full exhale out through the mouth. All right, keeping your knees together, bring your hands either side of the hips. And then almost as if you're just squeezing your hands in underneath the flesh of the buttocks. Don't lift the spine, but just feel that your hands can support the lower back to stay grounded. So hands are moving towards one another, and they're just underneath the outer edges of the buttocks. You can take a full breath in. Keeping your knees together on your exhale, squeeze them a little tighter to your chest. Start to take them out to the side. You can separate your feet if you need to. And then your inhale, the knees will move apart all the way to the front of your mat. You'll bring them back together and you'll continue like that. Exhale, squeezing knee to chest. Your inhale to part, take the knees forward and to touch. And then exhale to chest. So just keep going here. You do 3 more rounds. Again, toning around the digestive organs. A nice practice to do if you perhaps find that you're a bit constipated or having some digestive issues, just to pay a little bit of attention to this area and just to tone down on it, give it a little bit of a squeeze and encourage movement. Finish off your last round. And you should finish on an exhale, squeezing your knees to your chest. We'll change direction on the inhale. Knees stay together as you move them forward and apart. Exhale as you squeeze them into chest, and now you can squeeze them onto the belly. Inhale to move forward and apart. And exhale to squeeze in. 3 more rounds this direction. Notice if your breath has become a little more shallow. Lengthen it. Notice if the belly started to pop up, draw it down. And then just keep going, feeling a little bit of movement, release around the hips. And when you finish, we'll meet knees to chest. Hands can stay either side on the floor. Bring both feet down flat onto the mat, bringing them hip distance apart. Now you can release your hands from underneath your buttocks. Reach your fingertips to your outer ankles. So you want your heels quite close to your buttocks so that your ankles end up underneath your knees. Lift and spread your toes so you really activate the muscles around the feet. Hands either side of you, start to move into your bridge pose. So press into the heel as you lift up, activating a little into the glutes and the hamstrings. Neck is neutral. Chest is moving up to chin. Stay here and take both arms straight up to the ceiling. Continue all the way over the head until the backs of the hands rest on the floor behind you. Keep pressing into the feet, feeling that they're parallel to one another. Take an inhale as you lift a little higher. And then on your exhale from top to bottom, start to roll the spine down. Bring your arms back up overhead and then bring them all the way down to the floor so that your buttocks and your palms touch the floor around the same time. Inhale, pressing into your feet, lift the hips, lift the arms. Reaching up and over, take a nice stretch, release in the belly. And exhale, curling down one vertebra at a time. Tuck tailbone forward as you land the sacrum, land the hands. Inhale to lift up and over. Wake up into the legs a little bit. Full breath in, open the armpits, open the lungs. And exhale, you'll curl down from top to bottom. 2 more just like that. Inhaling all the way up to lift up and over. And exhale to curl yourself down. Last one here, lifting all the way up with the hips, with the arms up behind you. Go full stretch now. We stay and we hold 5 breaths. Try not to grip with the toes, but rather press down through the feet to lift up. Wake up the buttocks a little more, drawing chest to chin. And now feel those last 2 breaths be the deepest breaths you've taken today. Take them around your armpits, swirl them around the lungs, and take them to the deepest part of your belly. Last exhale will roll the spine back down. And as the buttocks land, you can draw knees to the chest. Hands can wrap around the knees. And again, just a little rock side to side. We'll finish off the practice with a supine twist. So let's keep both hands interlaced around the right knee and we'll extend our left leg forward. Grounding through that left heel, draw the toes towards your face. And then opening right arm out to the side. You can have palm face down or palm face up. If your palm is facing up, it almost could feel that your armpit is open a little more. Using your left hand, you'll start to draw your right knee across. And once you've encouraged that right knee across to the left, you want to feel that you're stacking your right hip onto your left. Notice the sensation though in your lower back. So if anything feels uncomfortable here, just take a few breaths to maneuver yourself around so that you're not feeling any pinching in the lower back or around the SI joints. And so here you can take variations, perhaps that right foot is to the floor, perhaps that right leg is a little straighter, or perhaps a little more bent. It really depends on body to body, but you're encouraging the shoulder blades to be nice and heavy. You can look all the way across to the right if that feels good in the cervical spine. And then once you've found a comfortable position here, start to encourage your right hip to move down away from your right armpits. And starting to feel a nice stretch under right armpits, right rib cage, top of right hip. And again, can you take your focus deeper than the sensation of stretching over the skin? And feeling the stretch of the skin over the bones and the muscles under the skin. And feeling the opening of the fascia, the ligaments, the tendons, but go even deeper than that. And try imagine that you're creating space internally and that you're toning internally. And take 3 more breaths here. You'll roll yourself back to center. Hug both knees gently into chest. A little squeeze, a little rock side to side. And then we'll move across to the other side. Change the interlace of your hands. Extending right leg, ground the heel. Nice little squeeze of that left thigh to chest. And then keeping right hand on left knee, open left arm out to the side. Start to encourage that left knee across to the right as you roll into your outer right hip. Encouraging a heaviness in both shoulder blades. But if that left shoulder needs to lift a little bit, then let it. Only taking the twist as far as feels comfortable in the spine. Encourage a connection to the lower belly slightly and feel for the sacrum moving slightly forward. And then again, now that you're nice and grounded and still, we move into those micro adjustments, moving that left hip a little further away from left armpits. creating a little more of a stretch along the left side of the rib cage, left hip bone, down to that inner left groin. And feeling a stretch across the top of that left thigh. Take 2 more full breaths. When you're ready, coming back to center, both knees hug into chest. It's a squeeze of the knees to chest, a little rock side to side. And then a full body stretch, reaching arms back and feet forward. Go full stretch. Point into the toes as you feel the stretching across the front of the legs. And then drawing toes towards the shins as you extend through the back of the legs, flex the ankles. And then pointing the toes, a last full body squeeze as you hug your knees into chest. Wrap your hands around your shins, take a full breath in, and on your exhale, squeeze everything super tight. Curl your toes, squish your face, round everything together. And when you need to inhale, stretch your arms back, reach your feet forward, take a full expansive breath throughout the entire body. Feet as wide as your mat, allow your toes to relax out to the side. Slide your arms back down either side of the torso, palms facing up. And then almost like a little press in the heels, lift your buttocks for a moment and try extend your tailbone forward so the lower back is nice and grounded. Lift your shoulder blades up off the floor. Try squeeze them just a little closer towards one another so you can be broad through the chest, through the collarbones. Lifting the head up off the floor, it's a gentle tuck of the chin so you keep that length in the back of the neck. And then come back to your breath, filling your inhales and filling your exhales. Let the body become heavy. And then bring your focus to that area of the belly. And feeling around your navel, feeling down between your hip bones. And we've done a lot of work there, a lot of toning, a lot of opening. So just breathe into that area for the next few breaths. As you breathe into this area, just acknowledging what we take in to our bodies. Knowing that that is as important as how our body is assimilating what we're putting into it. And what matches both of those with equal power is how we release. And what no longer serves us, and what makes us feel lighter when we've created space. And take a few more breaths here just to allow the whole body to relax. Staying focused, staying in the room, and staying in your body. And you'll start to invite some movement into your fingers and into your toes. And as you make your way into a full body stretch. Knees come to chest as you bring your hands around the knees to give yourself a little squeeze, a little rock side to side. And then coming over to roll on your right hand side. Just pause here for a moment You can rest right cheek on the upper right arm as the left hand rests in front of you. Bringing yourself up to a seat, use that left hand to push into the floor. Be gentle with the neck and the spine as you come all the way up to sit. Crossing the legs as you bring palms together in front of the heart. Sitting nice and tall, close your eyes as we close the practice. Grounding through the sit bones and filling the breath. Thank you for sharing the practice with me today. Namaste.